Bueno.
What? Buenos dias!
Bueno.
You're fucking cold.
Yeah, man. It's because the window was open and we were outside before having cigarettes.
Welcome to Barol.
Welcome to Robbie.
Today's the day
that we film.
This is episode 8. In episode 8, we're gonna watch the highly controversial Cable Guy.
Cable Guy?
Let's do this.
Slip the cable guy $50. He'll give you all the movie channels for free.
You're offering me a bribe. What you have just done is illegal. And in this state, if convicted, you could be fined up to $5,000 or spend 6 months in a correctional facility.
Oh, please. No, that was dumb. I was just making conversation.
I'm just jerking your chin. I'll juice you up.
Now, Curtis, have you ever seen the Cable Guy?
I have not, no.
Have you not? Do you know the
I know
stigma around
roughly what it's about, and I've heard like the odd thing.
Well, the thing
about
is that it's probably
controversial.
yeah, it's one of the most polarizing films of all time. You know, The Simpsons made fun of it.
Y el espantoso guión de Cable Guy.
Déjame ver. ¡Estúpido guión! ¡Casi arruinas la carrera de Jim Carrey! ¡Ahora te voy a matar, idiota! Facebook! ¿Qué?
A lot of people think it sort of ruined Jim Carrey's career for a while, because it was a much darker role than he normally plays, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Given I haven't seen it in probably about 6 years, 5 to 6 years, but there was a point where I would watch it constantly.
No, I remember when we were, I think it was like when we just started secondary school,
Yeah.
you would fucking always quote it, even though no one else on the
no
bus
one else had seen it.
had seen it.
No.
You would always quote
Well,
it.
it was
and be like,
it was the only frame of reference I had because all I watched was the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
And when in hindsight, I still think it's good. You know, like I can't think of any part that isn't funny.
Yeah.
But you know that could change when we watch
Yeah,
it.
that's the thing with B-roll. You never know what's gonna come up.
Exactly. You know, we weren't anticipating Mr. McGoran to be so bad.
Yeah,
It was really bad.
we didn't think that the
Country
weird
Bears
Country
was gonna
Bears
be good,
was
but it
gonna
was
be good,
actually
but it was
alright.
enjoyable.
So who knows? Maybe it will switch. Maybe Kurt will really like Cable Guy, and I'll think it sucks. Maybe I'll still think it's good, and Kurt thinks it sucks. Maybe we'll agree. And both.
Who knows? Only time will tell.
Chris,
Yes?
what is the IMDb score for the Cable Guy? I know you haven't seen it, but what would you say?
Well, from all your years of the persistent quoting, I would say 6.8.
Close, 6.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes,
Well, if it's 6, I'm gonna say like 60%. Just gonna.
54%.
Ooh, okay then. We'll see. We'll see. You know, it might be okay.
Yeah,
You know, like Cat in the Hat was 10%, and I really enjoyed that. I didn't want to maim myself. I didn't want to fucking shoot myself right in the goddamn throat. There's a cat in the room.
Let's show a clip of someone singing the American national anthem very badly to transition us into the review.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
We just watched The Cable Guy. Curtis is smoking now. So Kurt, oh my god, he hasn't even got his notes up.
Oh my god, I have them up. I have them. I'm professional, Jacob. Cable Guy. So the basic plot of Cable Guy is that a cable guy goes over to a guy's house to basically like install cable and everything, and they start getting a bit friendly. They start like getting to know each other, and it turns out that the cable guy is fucking insane.
Yeah, and he's obsessive and stalkerish, and he starts stalking the guy who he installed cable for, initially to become his friend, but when the guy tells him, look, I don't want to be your friend, it becomes almost like Cape Fear in a way.
Yeah, it
where
becomes
he sort of
very-
starts to try and ruin
He
the
gets
guy's
very
life.
aggressive
Yeah, it's-
with him, and
he
he does a
tries-
lot of things just to fucking
ruin his life. Yeah,
everything.
that's
yeah.
his goal, is to ruin his life.
So my first point would have to be on the intro of it. I really liked how it was able to establish the tone and the atmosphere of the film. For the intro, basically, it's this like just the TV and it's all fucked up and everything, and it's all distorted and crazy because, you know, the cable hasn't been installed yet. And that really sets up the tone for like the characters and everything, and how crazy and distorted the view of Jimmy Carter's character is.
Jimmy Carter.
Yeah. What's your point, Jacob?
No, on the Jimmy Carter's character, I thought he was very creative. Something I didn't give credit before is the fact that the character was as we reveal by the end was raised on television. Literally, his mother was never there, and he was raised by television,
like us.
So he views everything. He believes he's in a TV show, basically, or he believes he's in a movie. And I thought that was very creative. It's been done a lot in horror. Scream comes to mind, but never done in a black comedy like this.
And I
thought it was very, very creative the way that he used references and stuff from TV shows and films to help him manipulate situations around him. I thought that was very, very good.
Yeah, it was very well done.
I thought it was very well written.
Yeah, speaking of well written, something I liked, not so much at the start, because at the very start of the film we get a little bit of shitty exposition explaining that Matthew Broderick's character was married and...
He proposed to his girlfriend and then she kicked him out because she didn't...
instead of just saying no because she's a brutal bitch for some reason.
Yeah,
anyway,
that was a little bit severe.
Yeah, I don't really get that because it doesn't reflect on her character as we see it for the rest of the film. But yeah, so there's that. But besides that, the exposition was actually really well done. It was through conversations or through like elements that were revealed
very
to us.
Very naturally, organically brought up, and
very natural, and it never felt forced except for that first scene.
Yeah, they try and cram a lot in the opening credit sequence in terms of exposition and dialogue between Jack Black, who plays Matthew Broderick's best friend. But as soon as they leave that, the exposition, both for the cable guy and Matthew Broderick, is very naturally brought up.
Definitely.
And that was something that I appreciated quite a bit.
Something I really enjoyed was the fact that in a lot of the time you would expect something to happen and then something completely different would happen. As kind of with most of example would be probably like the fact that the cable guy, just like near like the last half hour of the film, just completely flips the friendship into being a mortal enemy.
Yeah.
And that was really well done. But it was also with other aspects as well. For example, when they're in the medieval times and they're having meals and everything, all of a sudden they've got to go up and fight, and that's like a really interesting scene.
And like it's done naturally due to the fact that the cable guy gave all the knights free cable.
Yeah.
Because like usually like a scene like that would happen and they wouldn't bother with that kind of reasoning. They or rationale. They just go fuck it, people just accept it. And then you and me would be here going, why did they call them up? That doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah, this
but
makes
then
no sense.
They went the extra mile. And they went, oh, the reason he did it was because he gave them free cable. And I thought that was very well done. There's a lot of elements like that where they went the extra mile to make it make sense.
Yeah.
Which is good, you know, I quite like that. In terms of the plot and the general structure of the film, I thought, personally, it was very well paced.
Oh, very well paced.
I thought, because the way it felt for me, the flip happened. I don't know if it did actually happen directly halfway through, but it felt like it happened halfway through. I felt like 50% of it was spent on him trying to be his friend, and 50% of it was spent on him trying to ruin his life.
What was really great as well was how the building of the creepiness of the character as well.
Absolutely.
So that
that
first,
was my next
it just
point.
seems a bit like peculiar, a bit different.
He seemed a bit full on, but he didn't seem like a bad guy.
But then it builds and builds and builds.
Everything
and
he
just
does,
gets
it gets progressively more dangerous and reckless, and to the point where near the end he is a genuine psychopath, putting people's lives at risk,
manipulating people, fucking shit up, just going crazy. Yeah, so one issue I had with don't fucking shoot a laser into my goddamn camera. I swear down! Yes, yeah, so, one point I had, not so much near the end because it made sense and relevance to the plot, was the fact that Jimmy Carter's character was very omnipresent and would just know where people were, knew where they were going to be, and knew what to do in every single situation. However, though, that being said, it did add to the creepiness of it.
Yeah, I mean, I always assumed
could
that he
was to be honest.
Yeah, I always assumed that he was just constantly stalking Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
But you know, that was never outwardly said.
For Stephen Kovacs.
Hey! You guys play here too? Cool.
The price of cable just went up.
Okay, Chip Douglas, you're on my team. Let's play.
No way. I'm on Steven's team.
Now.
Oh! We're not friends. I don't even know you. Well, let's fix that.
He's got a friend he can't control.
Where are we going? Only the finest restaurant in town.
Can I have your skin? Check this out. Silence.
of the lambs.
Jim Carrey is fucking brilliant.
He's magnificent.
Every he just had it's twofold. The first thing is that every micro motion, every physical movement had this unsettling awkwardness to it.
Definitely.
Just the faces he'd make, and then his lanky uncomfortableness was really well done.
It was disturbing.
And then
almost.
and then the second point was that he was just generally really funny. He put all of it.
He went
the scene where he's
all
singing
out.
"Somebody to Love." The dude looks like he's about to burst an artery.
I know.
It's
and he ate up the scenery really well.
But
he
in a
used
good
all
way,
of his
in a
props
good
in a good
way,
way. And he used all the props so well.
Yeah,
When they're in the fight scene in medieval times, he really knew just how to swing that sword
yeah,
around.
and if he fell over, even his foot would go in the right place
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
it funny, or not just funny, but maybe creepy. And Matthew Broderick as well isn't that bad.
No, I did feel like he kind of played himself a tiny bit, but
He did, yeah.
Even still, as a straight man and funny man, they bounced off each other so
They
well.
did, they did. They worked really
They had
well
perfect
together.
chemistry together. Just with the insanity crossed with the Shut up! Josh, we're filming, man! Shut the fuck up! Yeah, just the cross with the insanity to the straight man. It was really well done.
They bounced off each other really well.
One issue I did have was that all the other characters, kind of like Jack Black's character and the wife, Robbie, was it? Robin, yes. Robbie. Robbie Rotten. Anyways. They were kind of pushed to the side a tiny bit.
Yeah, one note I had was that Jack Black was great, but underused.
Yeah, I feel like most of the cast were really underused. There's a lot of cameos.
Except
from
Owen Wilson. He's shining his cameo.
Great,
but, yeah.
fantastic, yeah. But no, all the other characters were very underused, and I felt like maybe if they had a bit more development, they could have had better scenes or just bounce off each other a bit more. However, that being said, the film was meant to focus on Jimmy Carter and Matthew Broderick.
I mean, it's called The Cable Guy.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah. So again,
and they weren't so underdeveloped to the point where you couldn't care for them. The climactic scene where Robin is held captive, I did genuinely want it to be fine.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
Because although she may be a bit two-dimensional, she's not so two-dimensional where you don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
And in any way, if anything, you care that Robin is okay for Matthew Broderick, who was really well developed, you know? Kate did a line of salt before filming, by the way.
I'm really starting to hurt now.
I just don't have any room in my life for a new friend.
So, what are you trying to say?
A friend who will not be ignored.
I gave you free cable. The guy is a sociopath. He leaves messages on my machine night and day.
If you're there, pick up. Pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up.
He shows up wherever I go. He won't leave me alone.
He's gonna need some tough love.
There's Stephen Kovacs in here.
I'm Stephen Kovacs. I didn't do anything. Just call my cable guy.
Police look into it. Nobody named Chip Douglas works for the cable company.
Suspicious, isn't it?
You're all being fooled by him. He's a lunatic and he's a felon.
Directing!
I thought it was really nicely
yes.
shot. That's something obviously I didn't notice when I first watched when I was about 10 or 11. But obviously now, there's some really, the framing, the way that these wide angle shots and everything would frame
and
really
you
well.
could see the set and it just let you just eat it up and it was really nice.
Yeah, and of course there's a shot where they go to this giant satellite and they're lying on it and it's just at an angle.
It's just perfect.
And it looks really good. It's very reminiscent of the very famous shot from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because Jim Carrey's in that, obviously. Ironically, that it's very similar to that in a way, but this one came first.
Yeah.
So
is Charlie Kaufman not the genius we thought? 10 fun facts.
He didn't direct
Charlie.
it, you stupid piece
He
of
wrote
shit.
it though. He had to.
So he didn't make that shot.
Okay, I guess, but I mean, fine.
Choke slam.
What I really loved about the way that Ben Stiller directed was the fact that he knew when and when not to use music. There was a lot of times when, especially
I completely agree.
Yeah, there's one scene where Jimmy Carter comes into the apartment and
no one is laughing.
Jim Carrey is coming into the apartment and Matthew Broderick and his wife are there, or soon-to-be wife, or whatever the fuck she is.
He keeps saying wife.
Yeah,
she was never his wife. Girlfriend.
and there's no music, and he runs straight to the door as soon as Matthew Broderick phones him, and it's just bang, bang, and there's no music, and it's so eerie and so creepy. And then in the scene when they're outside in the rain, and it's like that's when it swaps over to him being the villain. There's no music up until the revelation that
it's right after Matthew Broderick says, "I don't want to be your friend."
That's it, and
the
it just
score comes in.
Yeah, it's very slow. It's very well paced, and it just knows when to go up and when to go down.
I really dug the lighting.
The lighting was
There's a lot of
really
blue
nice.
and purple lighting, natural blue and purple lighting. There's a part where Jim Carrey sort of not directly kidnaps Robin, but he lures her to the satellite.
Yeah.
And Matthew Broderick, obviously knowing that he's a psychopath, calls him. And Jim Carrey's shot, it's just his face, and half his face is in darkness.
Yeah.
And the other half is illuminated by this blue light. And you missed it because you were making notes, but while he's on the phone with him, a spider creeps over his face.
Oh, fuck.
You missed that. But a spider creeps over his face and he doesn't react, and that's what makes it really creepy. And the way it sort of goes from shadow to light to shadow again is really effective.
And I really love the Eraserhead scene as well, when it's a surrealist scene, and when basically I almost said Jimmy Carter again. Jim Carrey comes out the door and he's trying to like knock down the door.
Yeah, it's a dream sequence.
So well lit.
Yeah, the dream sequence is really well lit. Like, there's a lot of underlighting to make it creepier and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't mess with me.
Come back here so that I may pain thee!
I'm here for you. Don't do that. You're gonna get me killed.
Oh, Billy!
Really loved the costume design more than anything.
Yeah.
I loved how Jim Carrey would be wearing all these crazy costumes most of the time, and also something that really stuck out.
But realistically crazy, they weren't.
Oh yeah, they went over the top.
There's also a very subtle thing about the costumes that I don't know if you caught, but the opening, I think it's just after Matthew Broderick gets changed, because when the cable guy arrives at the start of the movie, he's getting out of the shower, so he changes into other clothes.
Yeah.
And he's wearing this hoodie for Idaho State University. This grey hoodie with red writing that says Idaho State. And then after the party, Jim Carrey's character is seen wearing it. He's wearing it, like, because Matthew Broderick was asleep. Obviously, Matthew Broderick didn't give him permission to wear that, which subtly hints at the kind of person the cable guy is, that he would just take this hoodie and just wear it without permission from this guy he barely knows. And then, of course, Matthew Broderick kicks him out because he accidentally not accidentally, he manipulated him into having sex with a prostitute.
Basically, yeah.
And he kicks him out, making it so that Jim Carrey now has his hoodie, which isn't a massive thing, but I think it's a very subtle way the costume department implied how crazy and forefront the cable guy actually is.
Definitely. Something else I really loved was the set design of Medieval Times. Everything within Medieval Times felt like it was a real restaurant.
Yeah.
Because like it looked like it was medieval to an extent, but it was kind of still like a little bit cheap looking.
Yeah.
Like like the director and the set designer understood that like they didn't want to go full force of it, but they didn't want to look utter shit as well.
Yeah.
So they found a nice middle ground to make it look like a restaurant that was themed like a medieval time.
This giant satellite as well.
It looks fantastic.
And the way that in the final fight scene, it's raining. It wasn't raining the first time they go there, but it's raining. And there's a pool of water collected at the bottom of it.
So
and
nice.
they fight in it, and it has a really good effect. And it's
definitely.
In the similar way we were saying about how they go the extra mile to make things make sense. Obviously, they wanted a fight scene in water because fight scenes in water always look better. They made it make sense by the water collecting in the satellite. Also, something else I noticed is that it's always raining when the conflict between the cable guy and Matthew Broderick kicks off.
Symbolism?
I'm just
what
saying,
is that?
it's
all of the fight scenes, or just punching in general, looks so convincing. Like, whenever someone would, like, hit someone or someone would, like, throw someone against the wall, you could feel it.
Yeah,
It felt genuine.
When Matthew Broderick punches Jim Carrey when they go see his parents, there's real weight to it.
Yeah, and when he gets Owen Wilson and throws him against the
hand drive.
The hand drive, you could feel the crush of that. It was like,
My final point to make, really, is the score's fucking beautiful.
I love the score.
I went again, this is another thing I didn't realize when I first watched it when I was a kid, but like there's this like it starts as like a whimsical score and then it becomes a very creepy score. And then there's a really good part where Jim Carrey's climbing this ladder with Leslie Mann on his shoulder, and he says, the problem with real life is you don't get danger music. And then he starts making his own danger music. When he does, the soundtrack plays what he is singing.
Yeah.
Which works really well comedically and thematically to tie it in together. And he does the same thing in the fight scene Medieval Times. He starts singing the music in the scene in Star Trek when Kirk and Spock fight, and they actually play that music over Jim Carrey's character, which gives, because like I said, the cable guy is obsessed, thinks he's in a movie. It almost makes the film feel like it's in his head. Yeah. In the way that he will instigate music in real life. He'll go, music should be here, and music will play. And I think that works really well.
Oh, definitely.
For the film.
And what I also loved as well is the use of the real music as well. Like, they would have some great tracks.
Yeah,
like Pusher Man. Ooh, I remember what the song was called, but when they're driving to Satellite for the first time, there's a lyric that goes, and he's a crazy man, or something along those lines, and it's very subtle foreshadowing, but it's really well done as well.
There was a lot of foreshadowing.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing I like, me and Curtis, to close, I believe. Do you have any more points?
Close,
close on this part of the review. Me and Kurt had a bit of, near the end of the film, Kurt was confused by an aspect. Because throughout the film there's a B plot, which is only told through the TVs that are playing.
But it's on in the background during a few scenes.
Which is an homage to the O.J. Simpson trial, in which Ben Stiller's cameo as these twin brothers who are on a sitcom. And one of them kills the other one. And this is like the trial of the century. And I told Curtis, because he seemed like you seemed like you were confused as to why this kept being brought up. And I was like, don't worry, Kurt, it plays into it later. Kurt misunderstood, but what happens is at the end, Jim Carrey tries to kill himself. Spoiler. Well, I mean that goes without saying. It's a review. And he falls on the satellite just as they're about to announce the verdict, completely shutting off all the TVs. This thing that's been building up, and then one of the cameos, who's like pissed off because the TV's just stopped working right before he found out the verdict, picks up a book, and I personally think that's a very, very good arc. You seem disappointed.
No, I didn't seem disappointed with that. I actually thought that was a pretty good arc. No, what happened with me, I got confused. I thought that the cable guy had something to do with that B story.
And but don't you think that would have been really obvious?
No, that's the thing. Yeah, because I saw that straight away, and I was like, is he tied in with that? I'm not too sure what's happening here. Yeah. But then as it got along, it just so happened to just tie in. But no, I thought the B story was actually pretty decent.
I think it was
something extra that really added to the plot.
Yeah, it did. Like, it didn't have to be in the film. But I think it padded it out quite well. Yeah. And also delivered a moral at the end, which is, we watch too much TV. Yeah. And I feel like the build-up was really good.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know about you, but it was different for me because I know how it ends. But when I first watched it, I actually was curious to find out what the verdict was going to be, because they build it up throughout the entire film, this B story. And then you never find out. Because
it's just left open, and you just have to make your own assumption with it.
Kiz, what did you think of Cable Guy?
I really enjoyed this film.
Yeah,
I wasn't surprised because I knew that it was going to be good because of how much you fucking loved it years ago. But no, I think this is probably my favourite film we've watched on B-roll so far.
Yeah, I've
just had a blast with it. There wasn't a single moment when I was bored. I loved every single moment, and it was just a banger.
Yeah, I mean, I am speaking from someone who, like Curtis said, I used to really love this film. It holds up for me. I really did enjoy it. There was a lot of jokes I didn't get when I was 11 that I get now. I just had a really, really great time with it, and my final question for you before we get into the ratings is, what do you think about the polarization? What do you think about the critics' opinions on Jim Carrey?
To be brutally honest, I don't really see it as that much of an issue. I mean, The Mask wasn't I'm just going off of it now. The Mask wasn't really ultra kid friendly.
Neither was Ace Ventura.
Exactly. So I don't really see. I mean, this was quite dark at points, but nothing that's terrifying. I was expecting there to be like a rape scene or something like that at one point, but
you
no,
just watched Sallow 120 Days of Sodom, all right?
Yeah, so I've got rape and
Eating
an
shit,
excrement eating in my brain.
I think it was justified that people banged on this film so much.
No, I don't think it was justified, because first off, it was great. Jim Carrey was phenomenal in it.
Yeah.
He was just fantastic. And also it was like, I just feel like he wanted to branch out a little bit.
Yeah,
which is what actors should do. You know, just sticking to one role.
Sorry,
is
Jim
never...
Carrey wanting to break out a bit.
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
What is this?
He did that, and then years later he was in stuff like Eternal Sunshine and Truman Show, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's good, though."
Yeah, like
don't get me wrong, I'm not talking shit about the movies. I love those movies.
Oh, they're phenomenal.
But what I'm saying is that it's sort of double standards.
Yeah,
the
definitely.
way that people ripped on Jim Carrey for picking this film to be in because it was too dark. But then
was fine with Truman Show, which is literally about existentialism.
Yeah.
And the fact that like his whole life is a lie.
Yeah,
so out of 10, what do you give it?
I'm gonna
Jackal?
give the Cable Guy, and keep in mind this is from someone who loved this movie when I was a kid. I'm gonna give the Cable Guy an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed myself, and I'll probably watch it again sometime soon.
I think I'm gonna match that with an 8
Yeah?
as well.
Yeah.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this.
Do you think you'd watch it again?
This was a solid film. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If someone was like, "Hey, do you want to watch Cable Guy?" I'd be like, "Bang that on!"
Yeah, whack that on.
Whack it, whip it out,
High five,
put it in the VHS player. We'll rewind
I
it.
actually used to have it on VHS.
Did you actually? Ooh, harken back to the old days. No fucking millennials will know that shit. You know what that is? Fucking
Choke slam! Welcome to Top 5. Top 5 is a show where we fuck around.
Where we say our top 5 of something.
Yeah. Today's top 5 is top 5 movie posters. Now, I have a few honourable mentions I want to get out of the way.
I only did this list about 2 seconds ago, so I have 0.
Yeah. Some honourable mentions is Silence of the Lambs, Scarface, the original Star Wars poster, The Exorcist, and Vertigo.
My number, Pedwar, is... No one except for Welsh people is going to get that, alright then.
Okay.
Okay, my number 5 will have to go to The Thing. What I really love about the...
You like The Thing?
Could you tell?
This is like the 4th time The Thing has come up.
I think I need to either broaden my horizons
Just watch
or
something else, you know?
I have. I've watched many things since then. I like the Thing poster because it really shows like the element of mystery, and it really shows like the unknown. Because you have that guy in like the parka, and then you got like the fucking like white light coming out of there. It's just like very eerie and very creepy. And also I really love the color scheme of it, like the blue and white really contrast well together. And then of course the iconic The Thing logo is just mwah, mwah,
My number 5 is the poster for Dog Day Afternoon. I really dig it because I feel like it exemplifies the nature of the film really well. Yeah. There's this almost rushed image, drawn image of Al Pacino, the top of Al Pacino's head, with very worried eyes. That conveys the very frantic nature of the film. And then beneath the title is...
has the great tagline.
Yeah, well, I don't remember the tagline.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay.
No, but beneath that is an image of all these cop cars outside this bank, which doesn't make sense until you watch the film. And in my opinion, those are the best posters, are the ones that don't make sense until you watch the film.
So my number 4, like you said about the poster that really captures the nature of the film, would have to be Apocalypse Now.
Yes.
I really love just the beautiful orange sunset. You can see like the helicopters flying over, the great font, and it really just captures the tone of the film. Even the other poster, which has Marlon Brando's face on it, you can just see like he's kind of up in the clouds, like he's kind of this god figure, and he's looming down, looking over all of Vietnam, and it perfectly captures the nature, the tone, and the fucking atmosphere of the film.
My number 4 is one of my favourite films of all time, is Cool Hand Luke. Have you seen the poster for Cool Hand Luke?
No, I've not even heard of the film.
You've never heard of Cool Hand Luke? Paul Newman goes to jail. No, yeah, Cool Hand Luke is, there's a very good, and not so much the fact that it conveys the nature of the film in any way, it just looks very good. Like, you've got this profile of Paul Newman's face, and then this orange replication thing going on.
Yeah.
That just like that's the core of it. I wish I can go more into. Looks, the color scheme and the patterns just looks really good above the font. Curtis, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is the Moonlight poster. I really love the just the look of it, and again, like Apocalypse Now, it really does capture the nature and the tone of it perfectly. In fact, in every single way, because you really see like the contrast of like his 3 separate times.
And then
in his
one
life.
piece of the fracture is the actor who played him as a little boy. The middle piece is the actor who played him as a teenager, and then the far left one is as an adult.
And also, I really love the color scheme of it as well.
Yeah, because it goes blue, purple, darker blue,
so
something like that,
nice.
it?
It's a really nice contrast, and it just looks really nice.
My number 3 is the poster for Escape from New York. I absolutely adore this poster. It just really it's a punch in the face of a poster. Very reminiscent of posters for things like Soylent Green, in the way that it's the Empire State Building's head, smack dab into New York, and then all these frantic people, and then the font Escape from New York right there. And it just complements the film really, really well. And there's no better way to express that film than that poster. There's a lot going on, but not in a negative way like Marvel movie posters where it's almost an eyesore. This is an eye catcher. This is, if you saw it in the VHS store back in the 90s and the 80s, you'd see it and you go, whoa, I'm going to rent that. And that's why I like it.
Number 2, and it was in your honorable mentions, is Star Wars Episode 4. It's just a beautifully iconic,
very iconic
poster. And what I really love about it is the fact that it's all hand-drawn, and it just looks gorgeous. And it kind of captures the tone of like it being like a space opera.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, when you look back at like old like paintings and everything, it's all hand drawn and everything, and you have that sense of like Luke's almost a knight in a way.
I was gonna say,
and that he's there trying to save the princess.
Every element of the poster works towards the film. You got Luke there, like almost with a sword, and then Leia on his leg, and then you've got Darth Vader's face in the far top. As this looming figure that works really well.
Yeah. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is the poster for the Wes Craven film Scream. It's the minimalism of it for me, because it'd be too easy. Like, I remember the cover for the box set of the 4 Scream movies was of Ghostface.
Yeah.
Which looked good, but the original Scream poster works really well. The mystery around it, you see it and you just go, ooh, I want to, and then it's just Scream, and you go, and then the tagline, what's your favorite scary movie? And you just go, ooh, okay, what am I in for? The mystery around it is just so, and it just looks really good. It's very reminiscent of like Psycho or something in that way.
My number 1 will have to go to one of my favorite documentaries of all time, Dear Zachary. If we don't start crying now, we're soulless creatures. So I didn't want to put this on my number 1 just because then we would have to remember the film.
No, by the way, we're not saying the film. It's my favorite. It's my favorite documentary.
It's my favorite documentary. But it's soul crushing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything about it.
No, I'm not
just the
spoiling
poster.
it.
So what I really love
Don't look it up, you.
So what I really love about it is the fact that the color scheme's really like bland.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of greys and a lot of browns in it, and it's got the really nice font of like Dear Zachary, a letter from his father to his son. And I love the tree branching out as well, kind of showing like a family tree and how all these different members of a family are all interjected together in this great like.
It's okay.
So, okay. Hold up.
My number 1 is the poster for Jaws. It is my favorite poster of all time. It, again, down to the simplicity, it's just so terrifying.
Yeah.
Because it's just this woman in the ocean and then this massive fucking shark.
Yeah.
And it's captured a moment before an attack. And then just in red block writing, Jaws.
Ooh.
And it's the simplicity, the fact that it alludes really well to what's coming up when you watch the film, and it's just terrifying, this massive stature of this shark with its teeth showing. It's an excellent poster. Thanks for watching B-roll. I just did a
Thank you guys.
Please leave me a like,
a comment,
and a sub. Curtis,
yes?
I feel bad.
Why?
Because I know I gave you a $5 on your birthday, but I feel like that wasn't enough.
Oh, okay.
So I bought you a present.
Oh, did you? What? Oh, you got me a DVD. What's this? It's Hot Dog, but by esteemed director Mark Stoffer.
Home Alone meets Marmaduke, full of family fun.